The little girl was just picking a small yellow flower in the wild, when she was drawn to a mysterious pit in the castle. And then, she took her brother and jumped into the abyss. Aben, upon seeing this, was so frightened that he became somewhat disoriented. After receiving a call from his wife, Xiaoma, he hesitated, unsure of how to explain to her. But just as he was about to reach his residence, he discovered the brother and sister were actually playing and fooling around. Aben, seeing this scene, couldn't believe his eyes. He quickly arrived at the place where the siblings were playing. He questioned them if they had been to the mysterious pit this morning. At this moment, the siblings' behavior was also very strange.
This morning.
Aben didn't pay much attention, and continued asking. At this point, Lucy answered, saying that as long as Aben placed the yellow flower under his chin, and if it could glow, she would tell him if they had gone. In order to get an answer, Aben had no choice but to do as she said. But after placing it under his chin, nothing changed. Then she told Aben that there was a yellow glow, and that Aben was hiding a secret in his heart. She then admitted that they had been to the castle today. Aben immediately asked them what they had done at the castle, but Lucy refused to tell him. Meanwhile, Xiao Pang was playing with the magic wand he hadn't learned how to use last night. Aben quickly reminded Xiao Pang not to hurt himself. As soon as he finished speaking, Xiao Pang began to bleed from his nose. At the same time, Lucy behind him was also bleeding from her nose. At this point, Aben was completely confused. He hurried back home and took a few calming pills. After recovering, he went out to chat with everyone. Aben, looking bewildered, asked Thomas if he had ever been scared by his own children. Thomas was about to say something when his son, Xiao Pang, interrupted. Aben had no choice but to sit down and continue the conversation. At this moment, he saw Lucy aiming an arrow at Xiao Mao. Seeing this, Aben stood up and scolded her. Everyone looked at him in confusion, not knowing what had happened, and Aben didn't offer much of an explanation. After all, if he said it, no one would believe him. So he asked them if they wanted to have a drink together. At this moment, Xiao Pang came to Aben's side and handed him the snacks in his hand. Aben was startled when he saw the snacks, which were crawling with worms. At this moment, Lucy opened a bottle of beer and poured a glass for her father, Thomas. Meanwhile, Xiao Pang at some point had taken Aben's calming pill. He hinted that he had slipped something into the drink. Seeing this, Aben quickly stood up and knocked over the glass of beer.